So now we have great gaming news, guys, just great. So Knight's Path is a medieval knight game, action RPG that is coming probably next year. This year we're actually supposed to get maybe a demo of the game at the end of the year, which is very exciting. It was basically competing with 1348 Ex Voto, just because 1348 Ex Voto developers decided to take a jab on Twitter a few months ago towards Knight's Path, because somebody asked, "Hey, Knight's Path, are you going to have some gay characters in the game?" And they said, "No." And they said, "Well, we are focusing on the story and building great characters and whatever."
Having a good game.
Yeah, and not on modern agendas, and then not prompt, because they were not targeted at all. Nobody talked about 1348 developers or the game. Not prompt at all. They just decided to write on X. Well, wish list, 1348 Ex Voto for your modern agenda or whatever. So they took a jab like that below the belt for no reason, and they thought that they're so clever and so smart. And now their game is played by absolutely no one on Steam. So great move, great move.
Indeed.
And they claimed that, Ex Voto developers claimed that they had like over 100,000 wishlist the game, but they never showed the receipts. They never showed the proof. And now we actually see the proof from Knight's Path that the game is actually wishlisted 350,000 times, which is amazing. So we see this tweet from them: wishlist update, Knight's Path has just reached 350,000 wishlists. For full transparency, here is a screenshot directly from Steam. We are incredibly grateful for your support. Thank you all for believing in Knight's Path. And this is, of course, the screenshot. This is from their personal dashboard, I guess. When you're a developer, you have that. So they proved it. We have it. I wrote as well here. I said, I cannot wait to play this game. You guys seem genuine, which is only going to bring you true success, to epic quests and real gaming experiences. And my friend Disgusting also says, now that's milestone worthy of true Knights game. Congratulations. And TJ says, I tip my hat to you. This is an amazing milestone. So absolutely awesome. Tsunami, take it over.
Okay, cool. So from Knight's Path, obviously they went ahead and said wish list update, and this is as of 2 days ago. They are very active on Twitter, constantly interacting with people. Knight's Path has just reached 350,000 wish lists. For full transparency, here's a screenshot directly from Steam. We are incredibly grateful for your support. Thank you all for believing in Knight's Path. And then if you just go ahead and scroll down a little bit, Empress, you could see that everyone right off the bat, that's another game that they are working, that's being worked medieval times, called Blight Survival, which is you're basically a knight fighting zombies. And the two developers are actively like working to help each other. They're talking each other up. If you continue going down, you're going to see more other games. There's an independent survival horror company, and they're like, we're so jealous, and they're like, shouldn't be. Anyways, we're going to get to the video where you get to see the Knight's Path team. They're extremely active. They're very smart and crafty about how they're putting their message across to people. There's some traps here and there, like we see right here. Crash English says, "Look, just asking, are there lesbians in the game?" Knight's Path, kudos to them for sure. But since the game is set in a medieval world, it would be something people keep strictly to themselves.
Yeah.
So they're
Okay.
definitely taking shots at Ex Voto without fucking directly going at them.
Here it is. Here it is.
So
Yeah, that's how you should do.
That's
I mean,
how you should
that's
do it,
how we
exactly.
would say things. Like, surely you can assume that these people exist because they did. But for goodness sakes, they would be private.
Absolutely.
Unless they want to
absolutely.
burn at the stake or
Yeah.
be forced into become a nun or worse.
Or beating the thing out of them, you know.
Yeah, or being like, I don't know, not circumcised was the other word, spayed and neutered. Yeah. So,
moving right from there to Ex Voto, if you want to go to that one.
oh yes.
So here it is. They have not commented since the game dropped, and they're getting absolutely wrecked in the comments. Everyone's talking shit about the modern audience. Why did you like pick on someone? They're showing the Steam DB, and like these are high numbers considering when it was. But yeah, they're very silent right now. Very few people are coming out to make any sort of defense, and the defense they're coming out with is like, "You guys were just mad because it was like a gay story or whatever," and everyone's like, "No, they're making fun of it because you picked a fight with someone for no reason. Number one, the premise of your story is fucking stupid. Two and three, the game is horrible. It has horrible mechanics.
Yeah.
Combat mechanics are shit. The characters look fucking ugly as sin. The only thing that anyone could give any credit for that I've seen is sometimes the environment looks okay when I'm not lagging out and whatnot. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're totally
Absolutely.
silent right now. But I do love the fact, next post over, so we can just jump right to the video. This is as of, I think, 10 hours now ago. Knight's Path, again, is just putting out update after update after update. And there's some things in this video that we are going to watch the video, correct?
Oh yes, yes, we were gonna watch the video, but I wanted
There's,
to check
there's
some
some
of his
interesting
comments.
stuff that gets put out in this video that I did not know. I didn't know that they said, no, we're not taking investor money. No, we're not having anyone contribute to us directly until we have put out a demo and people can see, do you actually believe in us? They've already said no de novo. People are constantly giving them feedback and updates, and they are just responding back to back.
I
So
did
I'll just
see,
shut up
yeah.
because the video does a really good job.
Oh yes, and they shared the video themselves, so they approve of the video 100%. I also wrote them this morning while prepping for the stream because I saw that somebody. Hold on, I'm gonna show you that actually. Hold on, I bookmarked it. Okay, so here it is. This is very important, guys. So one of the reasons we share our work in progress from development is to listen to players' feedback and improve the game. We have listened and adjusted the pose of Sir Rudolph. His stance is now more dominant and upright with broader shoulders, and this is exactly what I would want, of course. Many of you also asked about the polish of the armor. Sir Rudolph is one of the knights who truly cares about his appearance and takes the time to keep his armor well polished. Our knights and men at arms may not care as much, and you will see visible damage and wear on them. We are also considering a mechanic that would allow players to repair and polish their own armor. Thank you for caring about our game and taking the time to share your feedback. We truly appreciate it. And here it is. I think this. No, this wasn't it. There was a GIF that showed like before and after. What they changed, but they did make his shoulders more broad. And of course, I did wrote what I want. To be more muscular, the character, whatever they can do, really. So we'll see what happens. But they already fixed that. Now, just a quick look at the comments. This is amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a keep.
I'm a keep it
Thank you.
with you, Chief. They're bullying you in the comments and you fucking deserve it.
That's perfect. And now this guy, the ghost of Sparta lives, says exactly what we're thinking. So you guys did this to yourselves. I mean, did anyone expect any different? Well,
Yeah.
we certainly didn't. So ugly characters, terrible story, junky combat, horrible animation, full of the modern agenda. Probably one of the worst games to release this year, and it's dead on arrival. Yes, that face is supposed to. Yes, that face supposed to face of a woman as usual. The mother audience didn't show up to play
Yeah.
the game. So
What is that audience? Yeah.
yeah, they didn't. Okay, so why do you expect a woman to necessarily be attractive? Well, yes, we do expect it.
We do expect that.
Yeah, we do. It's a game. We wish to see beautiful characters in the game. I wish to see beautiful men and women in the game. And by watching this freaking bowl cut and that face every time that I put the game on, it was just basically, I was like, ew, like, do you want a game to make you feel ew?
Not only
Ow.
that it looks like a man, but he doesn't even look like an attractive man.
Yeah.
You know.
At least,
Yeah.
at least she could have looked at an attractive man. Okay, we're ready to see the video now. So this is the video. Let's listen to what this guy gathered this information, and developers, like I said, do approve this. So let's go.
Last year, Knight's Path was a relatively unknown indie project. It had a small but dedicated following, but compared to major AAA titles like the Witcher series, it received very little attention. It wasn't a title that most gamers knew about. That all changed in January when the studio released its first trailer teasing the upcoming RPG. Overnight, the video surpassed over 4 million views, gained attention from major journalists, and reached over 350,000 wishlists on Steam. Within 24 hours, the game went from relatively unknown to front page news, dominating headlines, but games drop trailers all the time and the response is rarely this huge. Knight's Path blew up because its trailer showcased stunning graphics, engaging combat, a beautiful open world, diverse enemies, and so much more. An RPG fan's dream, all packed into 70 seconds. That being said, very little is actually known about this upcoming title, and gamers all over the web have been speculating about what to expect. Last year, I was lucky enough to interview their lead developer, Jan, and learn everything I could about the game, and we've remained in contact. Despite his busy schedule, he always responds to fan inquiries online and replies to me when I have a burning question. As a result, I feel I have a good understanding of what Knight's Path is. In this video, I'll break down the game from its combat, RPG progression, open world structure, overall plot, and everything else. Hopefully, after this video, you'll have a clear understanding of what Knight's Path is and why its popularity has skyrocketed. So without further ado, let's get into the video, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Knight's Path is a story-driven action RPG set in a grounded, low-fantasy medieval world, inspired by Holy Roman Emperor history and mythology. It draws inspiration from many open-world RPG greats, but its biggest influence is Gothic. Released in the early 2000s, Gothic became a cult classic in Europe, known for its immersive open worlds, reactive NPCs, and strong player freedom in a handcrafted environment. There was no hand-holding, just a world for you to figure out on your own, with features many modern RPGs still haven't matched even today. Knight's Path attempts to replicate this formula, but with a modern twist and additional features. You play as Alric, a young disgraced noble who has lost everything and is forced to rebuild his life from nothing. What begins as a struggle to reclaim his lost status soon grows into a deeper calling. You soon realize the people of Erenfold need you, and how you respond is your choice. You can follow the knightly path of duty and sacrifice, or pursue personal gain. Through hardship and discipline, your decisions shape the kind of knight Alric becomes and what his name will stand for. The best way to explain how the game works is to break down one element at a time, starting with the combat. The combat is based on HEMA, historical European martial arts, and features authentic stances and techniques used in real medieval fighting, which makes it appear realistic and authentic. However, making the combat feel good and fun is still their top priority, so some deliberate compromises are made when necessary. The biggest inspiration for the combat system is Sekiro. Players must parry and deflect incoming attacks, and perfectly timed defenses will damage the enemy's posture. Strong attacks are best avoided by dodging in the correct direction, which opens an opportunity for a powerful counterattack aimed at the enemy's weak spots.
Okay, so far this sounds understandable and good.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tsunami?
I think it's awesome. The fact that they've gone ahead in that detail. They need to polish the game a little bit more. That's obvious. Everyone knows that. They still have lots of time to do that. But and you'll see the history. I already watched the video, so I'm not reacting like everyone normally would be. But you're going to see that they very much had an image in mind, like what, or a vision they wanted to get across to people. I really like the fact that there's like an age progression, and they'll mention it here in a second too. If you get injured in battle and you don't take care of it, you'll have a scar for the rest of your game. So your appearance changes as it goes along. You start off basically as a scrub, down on his luck scrub, and you got to work your way up to that to becoming an actual knight. And that includes becoming a squire at some point. So I think it sounds really cool. And the map is pretty tight, but it still allows you a lot of freedom to move around and do things at your own leisure. So fingers crossed. It's an ambitious project for a team as small as what they have and the funding they have. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped about this, honestly. And if nothing else, I'm going to support them just because they're so fucking badass in the way that they handle customer interactions.
Hold on, we were on mute. Oh yes, so this video is very long actually. So you basically summed up everything that the video has to offer, but still, we're going to watch it on our own time, and definitely after the stream, I'm going to paste the link to it so everybody
Yeah,
can watch it. Yeah, we don't really have enough time actually.
It shows
Well,
here
just look at the clock.
that they decided actually to get this real European martial arts, actually, which I didn't know about. So they decided to use that, which is
Yeah,
great. It's
Metatron
not.
sometimes mentions it.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not
there's a
just.
book with illustrations in it.
Mm,
So
Yeah.
this is like a real thing. Like I've looked it up and seen it. They don't
Yeah.
show it in this particular video, but they're trying to be as detailed as possible.
Absolutely.
And there are some low fantasy, like a lot of the videos that I've seen have not included like some of the monsters and whatnot.
Mm.
There are some monsters in this, but it's
Oh,
like
nice.
on the like very low key.
Well, that's very interesting system. I want to speak about this for a second. So it shows you that at the beginning, because I watched some parts of this video, so I can also help a bit with the summing up. But yeah, so basically, you start being very not well coordinated, not being able to perform the moves correctly. But when you train, you actually get proficient. So this is exactly what you see here. And if you and because I did watch a lot of Scallygram and Chat and other channels like that, when you perform a strike with the sword, you have to do it in a particular ways, motions, intensity of the swing, so you can cut actually. If you don't have a technique, your sword is not effective. So this is very important. They basically understand how these things are, how these things work in real life. So yeah,
It's
also,
not just swords either. So like I was under the misunderstanding that it was going to be like one or two weapons. No, they have pole arms in this, sword and shield, axe and shield, maces, bow and arrow. So there's actually quite a bit, pretty robust combat system based on what they're showing at least.
Unlike Ex Voto, where you don't even get the different armor, not to mention that you just have a sword there.
yeah.
You can't even change
Nothing.
your buttons in Ex Voto.
Nothing, yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing.
it's barely a game.
Yeah,
It's
it's barely a
barely a
game.
game. It's not even there, and it's a disgrace. Okay, so definitely, guys, I think that just the intent alone of the developers to make something worth our time and make it so compelling to play, because this is a lot of detail, to start from nothing, to build yourself up, and to evolve so much that you now have a full plate of armor. It's gonna be so rewarding when you actually reach that point and you are a capable warrior. You redeemed yourself. Just the whole premise is very motivating. This is very important when you play any story-driven game. So despite this being an indie project, I already feel that this is going to be a game of substance, which is very
Absolutely, yeah.
important. So, Knight's Path wishlist, if you haven't already, I certainly did. And when the demo comes out, I just can't wait for us to play it at the end of the
Indeed.
year. Being alive and well, you're certainly going to do that. So,
Okay,
guys,
these some of the monsters.
yeah, that's from the
nice.
trailer. And the big snail made huge rounds on the internet. Everybody were like impressed. So definitely, guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Have you wishlist this game? Are you going to play it? And once again, guys, truth and genuine quality and very good attitude from the
Absolutely,
developers
yeah. Like real knights.
will actually bring them a lot of success, just like I rolled them on Twitter. So yeah, let's continue. Okay, next article is going to be quickly, but yeah, let me bring it up because there's too many windows going on here. So give me a sec. Okay, here we are. Next article, guys. This is about Crimson Desert, and Crimson Desert is releasing this week, which is very exciting. Actually, in 3 days, on the 19th.
19th.
Now is the 16th. And Games Planet were kind enough to provide me with a key. So I am going to be able to play this day one. Me and Logan, of course, are going to be here to play this day one. And it's super exciting. But unfortunately, something that the developers did do that nobody likes is adding the nouveau as a DRM to the game. And nobody likes it because it's anti-consumer, it brings down the performance of the game, and all of those things. Now, we do understand that they want to protect their game. However, because we come from a country where uh, we we have some
Pum, pum, pum.
we have this perspective basically where if you don't have money to buy a game, you will not buy the game.
Yeah.
It's just how it is, and many people are testing games and they're just leaving them. So that's why sometimes people are pirating games. They're not pirating games to steal the game. They're pirating game for like 20 minutes and then just leaving it. They're not actually buying it,
Yeah.
and they never intended to buy it. So, a lot of the times we're talking about people that truly don't have money to pay for most games, and that's why they're doing the pirating things. But only when they did, they were actually going to buy them. And sometimes people that try games that are pirated, they like them eventually. That's the other group, and they buy them for real because they want
Yeah.
to have them.
They actually want the original thing,
And-
if it's quality.
And then basically the pirating of the game serves as a promotion for the game.
Yeah.
That's also something that nobody considers, but we know how things are here in our country. We know how people think when they don't have money at all.
Yeah, indeed.
And 99.9% of the times, again, the guys that pirate games, they will never buy them anyway. And the other little percent will buy the game when they tried it for longer
Yeah.
as a pirated game. That also happens. And there's, of course, a lot of issues with pirated games, so people don't want to go through that. The new is not really needed. It's not really needed. It's only bringing problems, and that's why nobody likes it. But Crimson Desert did add it, so nothing we can do about it. I guess they also assured everybody that the new is not going to bring the performance down. That's what they said. That all the footage they show that's from a PC is not actually bringing the game down. That everything still is gonna run well. Okay. But people still gonna give them shit for it. I already seen one or two people that are like, well, I really was looking forward to this game and now I'm not gonna buy it because they
yeah.
knew, which I think it's a bit like too much.
Yeah.
It's like too extreme as a reaction to miss like this whole amazing game because of this decision. We already played tons of games with the new world and we lived. Now,
Imagine that, yeah.
the principle I understand. I also don't like it. I understand where they're coming from, but I think that this is also too much of an extreme
Yeah,
to react like that.
Again, you wouldn't like if you have original art, someone to take your original art. So, in a way, yeah.
Yeah. So the benchmark video. So this guy Poltas. Actually, this comes from Poltas. I'm just gonna read this. The benchmark videos and performance specs were released. Were all created with the exact same implementation of the Nuvo that is in the launch build. This includes the performance videos by Digital Foundry, which Digital Foundry actually, guys, are the channel that tests all aspects technologically of a certain game. Their engine, how it performs. It's very interesting. I love Digital Foundry and their analysis. So if they say that this is good, this is very reassuring because they're usually pretty base guys as far as I know. Tsunami, any comment on this?
No, and I looked at some of the Digital Foundry stuff as well. It's exactly what's happening in our chat right now. It's happening on Twitter and everything else. As soon as people heard, DRM's coming in, the timing is the thing that I think is pissing everyone off the most. This game has had almost completely like positive feedback coming to them, and then they wait like within a week of them releasing, and then they're like, oh, by the way. So I find the timing really bad. It is good that Digital Foundry was able. There's tons of videos out there now if you guys want to see. They tested it on lots of different systems, but people are still very leery of this. As soon as they hear it, it's going to turn people off. The thing that I was thinking as I read through this and I was, researching and everything else, though, was like, this is exactly what YouTube is made for. Some people are going to be scared off, and you've got streamers that are going to go ahead and give honest feedback where people could see in real time what's going on there. So I think that's going to help out. I just think that they kind of, I still think it's going to be massive, but I think they hurt themselves a little bit, and we'll just have to see what ends up happening. Now they have to perform. Now they have to deliver. And because they did this, the weird timing of it, if it's fucked up, they're going to get, like, lynched. Allegedly in Minecraft, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really, indeed, poor timing of it all. They should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah.
Eh,
Because we are
okay.
so hyped, we're so hyped, we're so happy, and all of a sudden,
Mm,
whoa, we have the new Euphoria. We
yeah,
wink. I'm
yeah.
like, what? This is so out of character of you. That's how it feels.
Indeed, yeah, yeah.
So we totally get it. Rev 9 also has the new Tsunami?
What's that? Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys have been playing it. You've been playing with Denuvo.
Well, yeah, it sucks for performance from time to time for sure. Like, we had some drops. I don't know if that's due
Yeah,
to the new
but
but
really,
yeah.
it's not something that you should.
I think that why I was saying that is not because I'm like, haha, talk shit. It's more like you've already been playing something. It's come out very smoothly. So that's a positive. Like that's like a way to maintain optimism. But people are conditioned now to just like think, why are you doing this? And then they're going to freak out and act emotionally. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see both
yeah.
ends of it.
That's the
Yeah.
thing that people are emotionally they go to extremes. So we say, oh no, now I'm not going to buy the whole game just because of that. So you will actually
Yeah.
miss out a great experience. That
It's
okay,
like a
there will be
weird
some
boycott.
stutter and other things
Yeah.
like now we experience in Resident Evil 9, but we're still alive. We still play the game. It's not something like happens all the time.
Well, it's gonna help if I had a better GPU.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the new was removed, then maybe we're going to have a smoother experience because we did had some, frame drops even on the
Yeah.
lower graphics. But
Still think that the game deserves the chance because if they deliver on everything they have, then that means that we could have more games like that, with quality, with no agendas and things like that.
I just wanted to point out that really pirating games is not what it seems.
No, no, really not. Not especially not here in our country when we really don't have the means of buying everything, guys. It's not
Yeah.
as if we don't want to.
It doesn't
you
hurt.
know,
It doesn't
it
hurt
doesn't hurt
the
the
bottom
company.
line of the
Yeah.
developers. Actually, like they think maybe, and that has been proven time and time again. Another thing is game preservation, which pirated games actually make this possible. And maybe when this new law gets enacted with Stop Killing Games initiative, maybe we're going to have that by default, and pirated games would not have to exist to
Just
do that.
just saying, guys, we are going to play Symphony of the Night Castlevania.
And it was very hard to
It
do
was
that.
not preserved.
It was not preserved.
So,
We
yeah.
had to pull
Had
a
to
lot
resort
of
to
acrobatic.
emulators and
Yeah.
not working ROMs, and I had to decide which emulator and stuff like that. If that game was preserved, well, would have been much easier. Would I want to play it like that? Sure, yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah.
we all prefer to play the games originally,
Of course.
and never have to deal with the whole process of it's risky. It's not good for anybody, to play a pirated game anywhere by nature. But I'm just saying that people that pirate games, they just don't buy games as well.
Yeah, yeah.
In any case, it's just totally different mindset. I mean, there's literally one person that I will not
Yes.
mention.
Nobody really in Bulgaria exactly thinks I want to stick it to the studio because they
No.
have money. No,
No.
people think, oh well, I don't have the money for it. Sorry, but here I will try it out, and maybe after that, some people decide I can actually try to save money now because I really enjoy the game. And I want to
There's
have
also this
original
person
games.
that I will not name because he's maybe sometimes he's a viewer, yes,
No.
who actually he brags about how he has money and car and whatever, like a cool car, and he looks like an absolute potato, by the way. And he's like super sad when the game has the nouveau because he's not gonna be able to pirate it because he does not intend to buy it because
buy it,
even though he has money.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, you sir are disrespectful little shit. I mean, the way that he does things, it really is, because he has money, he can buy the games, no problem. He still whines, bitches, and moans when the game has the new, just because he will not be able to play it for free. Such a scumbag.
That's a freeloader with money.
Yeah, that's a scumbag
Yeah.
behavior. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you always have different people that will do differently, but for the most part, I just say for the most part, people will just not buy it. People that pirate games will just not buy them anyway.
Yep.
So we don't really need the nouveau in general. Anyways, okay. To my final thoughts about this, we don't need to actually read the article because we already said everything.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. That's it. I mean, what else can you do at this point? It's fingers crossed. Hopefully, it's good. there
Yeah.
aren't major issues, but I mean they've kind of sullied the momentum they had. We'll
Yeah,
see how
absolutely.
much though.
Yeah. The
Absolutely, yeah.
moment is near.
Yeah.
Near.
Yeah.
As we
Just
say, yeah.
a few more days.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a link with the discount of the game, whoever wants to get it.
Mm.
Because provided by the Games Planet, of course. Now we have okay, let's know what you think in the comments, guys. And now final news of today is actually from Screen Rant. And it's Warhammer related. So Henry Cavill upcoming fantasy series will fix your biggest complaint about The Witcher, which is probably integrity of characterization and universe representation. So Tsunami, take it away.
Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40k is in development after years of hints and suggestions by the actor that he wants to bring the tabletop game to the screen. And while we still don't have a lot of information about it, it does sound like it will fix a common Witcher complaint. Cavill's Warhammer 40k TV show has been both a proudly hoped for adaptation and a mystery. Cavill has frequently espoused his love for the franchise, born as a tabletop RPG, and yet we still know very little about his show. However, with Cavill in charge, the lore of Warhammer 40k should remain intact. This is a particularly important point because Cavill's previous video game adjacent franchise adaptation, The Witcher, has frequently been criticized for how it has disregarded the franchise's lore. Warhammer 40k, on the other hand, has Cavill as a producer, which means it should stick to the lore. Expect Henry Cavill's Warhammer series to be more authentic than Netflix's The Witcher. Each season of The Witcher seems to stray further and further from established lore. While that's not always a problem in adaptations, it is for The Witchers, and the series misses out on some key elements that would elevate it. It's been speculated, but never confirmed, that Cavill left in part because The Witcher strayed from its source material. There are several examples of Henry Cavill explaining his love for Warhammer 40k, even before it seemed like he was interested in making a show, so fans of the franchise can be sure it's in good hands. His experience with The Witcher has likely inspired him to make a show that hews closer to its source. The popular memes of Cavill demanding writers to read the codex, or that he's working until the early hours of the morning correcting words and story details are in no way based in reality. However, these Chuck Norris style memes do suggest that fans are well aware and expectant of Cavill's respect for the franchise. The live action Warhammer series can only succeed if it's faithful to the lore. There is so much lore in Warhammer 40k that one Warhammer 40k TV show could never cover it all. It also means that if the live action series strays too far from the lore, it will be pointless. The Warhammer universe is such a big sandbox that you should be able to tell whatever story you want within its confines. It won't be easy, however. The biggest events in the Warhammer 40k universe are separated by 10,000 years. And with those events are literally hundreds of plots that could all make up for a season of a TV show. Cavill will have his work cut out for him trying to decide on which one is best for a series. What has fans so excited about Cavill's Warhammer 40k show is to finally see characters, monsters, and soldiers make the leap from their painting benches to a TV show. If the series decides to invent its own factions or unrecognizable characters and stories, it may end up being a disappointment. End article.
Okay, so this is another opinion piece.
Mhm.
Basically, it's not news, unfortunately. I mean, this is what we also think based on everything that we know that the 40k shows are going to be much more faithful to 40k and he's going to see to it. However, that thing that we covered before with the correcting lines and everything, we still don't know if that was a fake article. That was never
Yeah.
confirmed or denied. Some people thought it was, but that's it. That there's never a confirmation that this is fake or not. I wouldn't be surprised if he would, because everything that is written is going to go through him. Now, a lot of people think that producer is not a big deal. However, he's an executive producer, and this title can mean a lot of things. In movies, often it doesn't mean that much, but
Yeah.
for TV shows, it's different. It's different, and he signed from the very beginning to be the head of this whole project. So he's just like basically James Gunn would be to the DC universe.
It's also reminiscent of Michael Usman, who produced the first Batman movie, which he put on the work. He was the comic book fan who did this, who had the vision. So without him, it wouldn't happen. So here, Henry now is the producer, who is the fan,
Executive.
also the executive, who is going to make it happen. So that's why I think that we are in
Yeah.
good hands,
He's not
and
just the guy who
he
signs
yeah,
stuff.
and he will know. Okay, if we have to adapt something, how to adapt it. There is no. I don't think that there is something that is unadaptable, because they kept saying that for Watchmen back in the days, and Zack Snyder proved
Zack
people
Snyder
wrong.
did it.
So I think that Henry will know how to adapt it, because he knows the lore. He's a fan. He will know which should be there, which, if we have to change something, how to change it, but still stay respectful to the lore.
Yeah,
And to the
absolutely.
fans, of course, because we don't want to see again some characters that are not the characters that are supposed to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for me, this was an ongoing conversation also between me and Chainsword. I'm on the positive side. He's like, no, no, this is gonna be another disaster.
Mm,
So I understand that. I mean, I understand that people think that this is going to be, well, Warhammer is now entering the mainstream, so it's gonna suck.
mm,
Depends on who does it. Depends on who does it. There's many questions, of course, because we don't know where Henry wants to start. But he did say, like from the very beginning, that they had a lot of meetings, that the universe of Warhammer 40k is vast, so they have to decide from where to start.
mm,
And of course, this is super essential. So the bigger audience that is not that familiar with Warhammer 40k will actually grasp the idea of what 40k is. It's very important. This is not Dune, this is not Star Wars.
mm,
They all shine in their respective ways. However, 40k is bigger than all of them put together,
absolutely.
and even bigger than that. So it is essential for everybody to just get into it, get the idea. Of course, you can start from small stories, but you're missing out on all the lore and why everything is like it is.
Mm,
I think this should be explained, like the Emperor, Terra, and then the factions of the aliens. I mean, the Xenos and whatever. That's how you should do it. The Chaos Gods. You start from where everything started, which
yeah.
is Terra, Earth.
To make a parallel with comic books again, because that's my thing. Uh, I think that if you start with the smaller stories, this will be like starting your comic book movie universe with the C-listers, and
With
nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants another creature commanders or things. That you should start with the big things, and that's it. That's how you get people.
Yeah, also all the main characters, like the Emperor, he's an enigma, he's so
Mm,
interesting and layered, and he does so many contradictory things. This is super fascinating,
yeah.
especially if you do it right. There's been numerous books in which his character shines, like The Last Church, and it's just so fascinating.
Mm,
It's why I
mm,
love Warhammer, because it just uh, represents this very messy universe, but all the characters and how things work there is different from anything else that we've seen. Although it does take inspiration from a ton of things, doesn't mean that it's not original by the elements that it combines. So that is something that nobody thinks
mm.
about, because they say that Warhammer copied everything. Of course, they took inspiration from everything.
Who didn't?
Start like Star
Who
Troopers,
didn't?
like everybody did that.
Yeah, I
But
mean it.
how it looks like the style of it, and how
Mm,
Astartes, the super soldiers, how they work there, how Custodes are, how the Emperor is, how Primarchs, what they are, all of that, how Yastra Militarum is, Sisters of Battle, Sisters of Science, all of that is so unique. It has its own signature and look and style, and that to be brought to screen is going to be mind-blowingly awesome. They can do so much with it, like endless amounts of content. But when I say content, I just mean hopefully meaningful, substantial movies and TV shows, not just slop
mm,
content that is
yeah,
slapped in
yeah.
our faces. Final words, actually, Tsunami. What do you think? Actually, do we have any hope? Because Henry is there as the lead.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's someone there that's thinking about this shit.
Mm,
One of the things that constantly keeps coming into my brain as we're talking about this is budget. What kind of budget? Like, what are they going to give him money wise? It's not like Amazon has any fucking troubles. They have like fuck you money, but they have had a series of like major losses. Or Rings of Power, they're still stuck with that mess. Wheel of Time, etc.
mm,
And so that's worrisome. But I mean, there's a lot of info out there if they're looking at it. And if I was Cavill, I mean, everyone loves Henry Cavill, but he's had a series of L's, like kind of back to back, and it sucks for him because he's constantly getting put in these things where someone else has control. If he's got the control and the money, I'm very hopeful. If there's other mitigating circumstances, that starts to change things. But I got my fingers crossed like everyone else. I'm really hopeful that, they can do something great here. Because honestly, this is going to last a minimum of a decade, if not more, and spawn all kinds of extra like side projects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
The
they'd be
the
stupid
S
to not take advantage of this completely.
the S stands for hope.
The stands for.
Yes.
Yes, he's Superman to us. Okay. With the birth of the Emperor, says Sarvan, actually, in the comments. Uh, I would start from there, me personally.
I think that's the most logical thing.
I wanna see him. I wanna see more of him. Sorry, guys, puppies. You're gonna wait for the puppies to stop barking, and then we're gonna go. Elevator music. Dun, dun, dun. We really gotta go, guys. So, thanks so much, guys, for watching. See you at evening with Resident Evil. If everything is okay, we should be able to stream. Last night I was just too sleepy. Like, I basically took a nap at 8 o'clock. I woke up at 10. So, that's why I missed the stream, literally. Thanks, Arvana. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So, see you at evening in about
Meh.
10 hours. 10 hours from now. And yeah, Tsunami, thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Sure thing. See you, chat.
See you, chat. Bye bye.
The 40K Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire, she claims the stars entire. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. The imperium we prevail. Through storms and battle cries, her banners pierce the darkened skies. With bolter hymns the traitor dies, as loyal warriors arise. Saints and psychers bend the flame, every world speaks her name. The Empress rules without shame, as war she does reclaim.